9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, Nzo, here we go. Take N and Z and throw in a O. Nzo's the name, and this is the show. It don't matter what the haters say, as everybody knows at the end of the day, the Chaos List comes on Tuesday nights. Describe it in word, dynamite. He brings fire to all the masses. He rocks a hoodie, a snapback, and a pair of glasses. Chaos List, the second show of the week. Questions so fire that they make you speak about issues that are universal. We talk about shit that's controversial. Sit back, chill, enjoy the show. His crew is ready. And here's Nzo. Peace. Woo! Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Chaos List. Do not miss this. We'll say that one more time. Do not miss this. Peace.
Is there any stuff?
Hey, we got Nzo back. Oh, damn.
Wasn't even on the screen. What is up? What's going on, people? Welcome back to the first episode of the Chaos List for the new year. Got a few people missing, but Chris said he'll pop in when he gets ready to do. But we gonna keep the show going. Got my boy Danny and Elihu in the house. What up, Danny?
What up? What up? How y'all doing?
Doing great, man. How you doing?
Whew, here's another long day, brother. Another long day. Finally winding down. Glad to be back on the air. Last night did a show. I'm expecting the same fire we had last night, so I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. Elihu, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Okay, I got my shoes off. My neighbor's music is vibrating my floor again. Wow, this is fun. Oh.
Excellent. Hold on, guys. Yeah, that cat is wild, boy.
Come on, kitty on stream. Increase the views. It's a cat. This is YouTube.
I ain't even gonna lie. That thing is wild. It's
I don't know why the hell you poked that cat. I was like, what is he doing?
He's trying to get views. Come on, it's a new year. YouTube,
yeah.
kitties.
I don't want views that way.
It's the cat tricks all over again. Come on.
I know Jedi Bill got a like 20K for a cat video. So
yeah, Midnight City on his head.
Yeah, maybe I could do one.
Go ahead and get it neutered.
I forgot which one.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. It's a female cat too. Yeah, so she got to get neutered. Because I had a friend that had one, man, and when they get in heat, they just start meowing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The male cat to be spraying and smell like cat piss.
Yeah.
I can't stand that shit.
Yeah. What's up to the people in the chat? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Nindroid is in the house. G Major, Shifty, Gizm, Epsilon Minus. I noticed I love you food, but hey, man, I think you should go back to your regular
go
name.
back to I love you food. Nobody can pronounce that shit but you.
You know what I'm saying? Shifty Gizm, Dandelion, Jason Lee Tucker.
E-minus, that's your new name. E-minus.
For real.
that first letter is fucking me up.
I know, right? And then we also got Boss LD. What's up? How you guys doing? Glad you guys could make it. Once again, we back at it again. And you know how we do. We have our topics and we have some honorable mentions. Man, I was trying to use my OBS to make it look all decent, but I'm gonna have to go and see if I can configure some stuff to get it working good. But try it again for next week.
When I first tried OBS, man, it was like you gotta click this and click this.
You couldn't do it, Danny.
I'm just glad StreamYard now has the virtual green screen. So
it does. I tried to use it the other day and it went haywire, so I never even tried it again. But
so you don't have to have an actual green screen anymore?
No, I'm not using a green screen right now. This is the StreamYard virtual green screen.
Yeah.
The reason why you can't see this part of my head is because my little lighting's off.
Your lighting is off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. So
absolutely. So you know how we do.
Tear this shit down off the wall.
You could try it, Danny. See if it works for you. For whatever reason, mine it kind of slows down and messes up my stream, so I don't even bother do it. But
I tore down mine, so hell.
You know how we do. We have 3 topics and we have our honorable mentions. And I actually only have one honorable mention today, and this one is kind of, do you think Nzo is fucking up by not having honorable mentions for the panel? Yes.
Yes, he is. This is part of it. It's honorable mentions Topic one, two is shitty is a controversial shit. 3 is a joking one. We missed the honorable mentions, dude. Come on. I even had an honorable mention for LDG, and he's not even here.
You know what I mean? I know, bro. I was sitting down there today, and I was messing with the topics, and I was thinking of anything I could think of, and it just wasn't coming to me, man. I gotta get back on track. Danny needs to give me some more. You know what I mean, Danny? You need to give me something. You know.
I don't want no honorable mentions at my expense. I can pass on those.
Dandelion said virtual green screen loses up a lot of computer power. Yeah, it does. And he says gotta have the honorable mention. I know, Dandelion. I know. This week I'm just gonna go back to some old YouTube videos so that next week I got some fire for the honorable mentions. That's all. You know, Danny's gonna
recycle, huh?
Danny's gonna be the main topic for sure.
I'm gonna be very careful what I say, so I'm not giving you any ammunition.
Don't forget, LDG knows how to clip this shit.
Oh, I know how to clip it too.
I ain't gonna say nothing crazy.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say nothing crazy.
Yeah, but I need Danny to say something. I need him to say something crazy.
I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. It's all gonna be okay. I don't agree with it, but that makes sense. That's what it's gonna be like.
That kind of sucks, man. And Dandelion said, if I think of any, I'll send them your way. Absolutely. If any of you guys got any honorable mentions, you know my Twitter, you know me on Facebook. You guys can send me some messages where I can pop in those honorable mentions and hit these guys up with some good shit.
Hey, I'm gonna promote something. I know I probably don't feel the same way about it, but I have been watching and following this freestyle rapper named Harry Mack. I think that man is fire.
You're talking about the white dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's badass, bro. You sent me a few clips of him. Yeah, he's badass.
That's gonna take 3 words.
Yeah, he's tight.
3 words that you give him, and that sucker do a damn off the top, and then so you know it's not written because sometimes you looking to the side like he reading something. As it's actually going, if you're doing something or your background, that sucker will incorporate what you do in your background. He'll hold like a little conversation with you, and he'll regurgitate shit you said in the conversation, and it'll be on beat. He don't be no. Let me start over. Hey, that sucker's a beast. I don't know how his brain works, but I wish my brain worked like that. So if I get a chance, he's on this StreamYard. I mean this platform called Omegle. I've never been on before. Omeagle, Omegle. If you go,
maybe he does what Eminem does: study the dictionary thesaurus in his spare time, which Marshall does. He still does.
Hey, he is a beast, bro. I like to see him and Eminem go up. I don't know if Eminem can go off the top like this guy did. I mean, I don't know.
It would be tight because I watched some of those videos and I'm like, yeah, the guy is badass too. He sent me the one with the 2 girls and he took the 3 words from them and he was just go. I was like, yeah, that's fire still.
I don't watch. I guarantee you over this Christmas break, at least 30, 40 damn reactions to this sucker. I mean, I'm like, man, God, I wish I don't like to say I wish I had some, but I wish I had that talent, boy.
I feel you. Me too.
That sucker is fire.
But one thing I know is if you watch 40 of those, you probably watched 100 of the TikTok videos, right?
No, it wasn't on TikTok. It was all YouTube.
No, I know, but if you watch 40 of those,
to tell you the truth, I probably didn't. Did you get a lot this?
Actually, no, I didn't. I
wasn't on there. I wasn't on there.
Wow,
I wasn't on there, man. Sometimes it's like phases and stuff. When I get a lot, you can pretty much say, "Well, Danny bored. Ain't nothing going on at work."
I have no idea what these guys are talking about.
Oh God, here we go. Oh. She's back. All right, so we'll get into topic number 1, guys. And topic number 1 is Morbius has been pushed back.
So this bullshit here.
With Sony's latest announcement that Morbius will be delayed, the film has now been delayed more times than the New Mutants. Morbius, starring Jared Leto, was supposed to come out on January 28th, 2022. However, Morbius has now been pushed to April 1st, 2022. After a recent surge of COVID cases due to the Omicron variant, Geeks to Me Radio shared a tweet comparing how many times Morbius has been delayed and how many times the New Mutants was delayed. The new release date is Morbius' 5th date change, while the New Mutants had 4 date changes. Do you think that the new strain is the real reason for the delay, or is it so they can make changes to the movie? Danny, what do you think?
I don't think that this is true for as more. How long we been hearing about the Flash movie? How long we been hearing about Black Adam?
Right.
So I don't think that this 4 or 5 times is accurate because I've been here. I'm finally seeing. We're gonna see Black Adam this year, and it's been made according to what they're saying. But shit, it's been years. I mean, years. They've been talking about Black Adam, and the same thing with Flash. So I don't think that particular fact is true. I'm glad that Morbius is moved back because traditionally movies that come out in January, the companies don't have too much faith in them, and that's more or less of a trial period month. Like, okay, we really don't care. Let's see what it do. If it makes money, good. If it don't, so the fact that it's being pushed back to like an early spring release, I think it may give them more momentum, and also it may let this COVID die down because now theaters are starting to close back up, and so if the movie isn't strong as they would like it, I would not put a movie in a theater situation now because numbers going back up. So it don't make sense if you're going to try to make money. So to wait to see how this particular variant goes makes sense to me. It's not a movie that people are chomping to see. We already seen the trailer and we see that the movie is good or has potential to be good, but it's really not a movie that people and fans that were asking for. It's kind of like a little treat on the side, a cherry on the top of a sundae. So I'm not upset at all about this. In fact, I'm a little bit happy because maybe this does give them time to do reshoots or do something because you get more time, you can make things better. Also, you can make things worse, but a lot of times you can make things better. Or if you see flaws and mistakes, this gives you time to strengthen those flaws and mistakes and kind of show up the special effects. Maybe shoot a different scene because I think an acquaintance of ours, Rob Storm, he gets opportunity to see these movies without the special effects, and then the audience gets to tell the producers or writers, whatever, their opinions on this, and this. So maybe they did this same process with Morbius, and now they're gonna reshoot it or do whatever and make those necessary changes. So I'm cool with it. I think if it comes out and is good, it was well worth the wait.
So your theaters are starting to close down over there too? Because they closed ours down.
Not here, but I hear that some people now, because the numbers are going back up, like at my job, they're stressing us social distancing again. They're stressing masks. I just been a directive to my people. Whenever you get out on service calls, traffic stops, anything, interact with people, wear your mask. And we're starting to see a spike in our people at my department that's getting the COVID. So,
yeah, people are getting it here left and right as well. Eli, what did you think?
Well, I want to address what Jason Lee Tucker's statement put. He said they're adding Andrew Garfield. That is not confirmed. That is not confirmed. Let me give you a history on this. When Morbius was being filmed, Andrew Garfield was already signed and confirmed for Spider-Man No Way Home. That's a Hollywood insider. They'd already released that. It was already confirmed. So they allegedly filmed some scenes mentioning the Spider-Verse, mentioning Andrew Garfield's Spider-Verse. They weren't sure they weren't sure they'd actually be able to use it or not. So they're delaying. They were delaying about this for adding these scenes in there or not. This is not the main reason why it's being pushed back. What was it? July 10th, 2020 was the very first release date. The reason why it was pushed back then was because of COVID. And every single time it's been pushed back, there's been an outbreak. If you guys actually look at the dates in the history, I have April, May. There's been outbreaks during those times when it's supposed to be released. So they keep pushing it back. And now it's April 1st. When April 1st comes, what are they going to say? April Fools, push back again. They did that for a reason. Come on.
So first, let me get to this. He said, Danny, did you see Harry Mack and that other guy do Move Your Body song? I made a mashup of that. I'll send it to you. I'll say this because I know, the numbers are going back up there with this new variant. But my question is, how many people are actually dying from this variant? Because
I don't think the dying numbers, I don't think the deaths numbers are high as they were when this first came out. So I'm thinking that either one, the vaccination is working, or the natural what's the word I want to say it?
Immunity.
Natural immunity.
Yeah.
Natural immunity is starting to kick in because in any situation, I was just thinking, damn, if your body's exposed to certain things, it has mechanisms to help fight it off. So maybe this is happening, especially if you get sick with it one time. So maybe this is natural immunity kicking in. Maybe this is the vaccine working. So I don't know.
I want to make a disclaimer to anybody who's watching this or rewatch. None of us here is doctors. If you're uncomfortable or do not agree with anything anybody says, whether it's a doctor on television or a politician, the only suggestion that anybody who's not a doctor should give you is talk to your own doctor. Yes, your own doctor knows your biology, knows your history. You may hear something on stream, say, from a credible doctor and go, okay, maybe this is good, but maybe it's not good for you. Talk to your own doctor. If you're uncomfortable with the vaccine, talk to your own doctor about it. If you're uncomfortable about going on public, talk to your own doctor about this. Maybe your doctor can give you some suggestions. But this is the reasons why, is because the huge COVID outbreak. I mean, President Biden just basically announced that over 1 million cases have been reported. Not deaths yet, but no, just reported. And 960 students in Oakland just got reported tested positive. Like, this thing is actually green wildfire. Napa County Hospital has no ICU beds available because they're all being occupied by COVID patients. This thing is really vaccinated and unvaccinated, masked and unmasked. It's affecting everybody. So people really don't know what to do.
You see, this is the thing that I'm saying, right? Because they pushed the vaccination and people who are vaccinated are still getting it. So they're going to lock everything down again. Now, I haven't really been following as much as maybe I should have. So I don't know what the death count for the people that are catching it are. I know a lot of people are catching it. And I know you want to cut it to the curb, stop it, whatever, as soon as possible. I get all of that. But if it's just like people catching a cold or something like that, then you know what I mean? But if the hospitals are filling up, people are dying from it, then yeah, go back to doing what you got to do. But
Napa
I
County
think the hospitals are filling up. I don't know. I think people may be scared. I don't know. I got a nurse friend, and he kind of saves on me and keeps me in the loop. And it's one of the reasons why I got vaccinated, because he was saying that first initial COVID that came out and was killing people
at an alarming rate, right?
Yeah, that were black males, underlying issues, mainly diabetes and stuff. So he was like, "Hey, and people that are taking it, Danny, they are surviving." So that's what they'll survive. They ain't no, it's no brainer. But I haven't heard him say anything about people are in there. Yeah, they're sick, but dying like he was saying the first time. I haven't heard that. So
I haven't heard those numbers either from either Fox or CNN. These are both sides of the news. So as an example, I haven't heard from either side. They're saying both sides are saying, yeah, infections are going up, people are getting sick. But I haven't heard any death rates from either or. And even Fauci himself has even said any death rate. He just said infections and people are getting sick. They're going up. Take precautions. But he hasn't said more people are dying from this the Omicron strain or not. Just saying infections are going up.
It's crazy though, and I do want to get rid of this thing so that we can all go back to living normal lives and stuff like that. I really do. But what's up, Chris? What's going on?
Sorry for this, man.
No worries, bro. No worries. You ain't getting paid for it, so you can be later if you want to. What up, Flash? How you doing? Christmas was great. Glad you could make it. And don't think I forgot about you. I know I still gotta owe you a few beatings in 2K. I ain't forget about you. So what's going on, Chris? How you doing?
What did he do? Did he beat you?
No, he did not. No. I don't know what you're talking about.
He got his ass kicked.
Did you get the first question, Chris?
No, actually, I didn't. I just got done with dinner and just got down here. So what's going on?
Cool. So the first question, was topic number 1, which was Morbius has been pushed back. So with Sony's latest announcement that Morbius will be delayed, the film has now been delayed more times than The New Mutants. Morbius, starring Jared Leto, was supposed to come out on January 28th, 2022. However, Morbius has been pushed back until April 1st, 2022, after a recent surge of COVID cases due to the Omicron variant. Geeks to Me Radio shared a tweet comparing how many times Morbius has been delayed and how many times the New Mutants was delayed. The new release date is Morbius' 5th date change, while the New Mutants had 4 date changes. Now, do you think that the new strain is the real reason for the delay, or is it so that they can make changes to the movie?
I would say that it's probably a bit of both, maybe. Although the trailers I've seen, it looks pretty good. I mean, put it this way. I know one thing about New Mutants compared to Morbius. I have yet to hear Morbius was dead.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 things. The Phoenix, the X-Men
Dark Phoenix.
movie, whichever. Yeah, Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
And New Mutants.
Mm-hmm.
I had heard a week before both of those started pushing out new trailers. I'd heard a week before that they were dead, canned, dropped, thrown away, whatever. They were gone. And then poof, here they were. So I think they've got their product. They might have some stuff that they want to go back and maybe tweak. But I mean, when is it pushed back to again?
April 1st.
April Fool's Day.
Most of what I've heard about this variant, and again, I am not a doctor. I am not somebody who knows everything about this. I am not speaking from knowledge. I am speaking from what I have heard. I just want YouTube to know that I'm not claiming that I know what I'm talking about here. What I've heard is that the other countries who are coming out of it, it was a quick and large rise, like boom, and then boom. It went up and down really quick, light, or not very bad problems as far as what it did to people, more like a cold or a flu.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, from what I've heard here in the States, they believe it's going to peak sometime in February, and by the end of March, they think this wave will be dropped. So this kind of correlates with that. So there is something there that we've heard, or that I've heard, that kind of gives this credence and belief that it might actually be because of COVID. But just because that's the case does not mean you can't go back and tweak, clean up, and things like that. This is your time to take that double check. I don't know what you thought of Ghostbusters, but I think Ghostbusters benefited from the time that it had off. So I think this is just some good news for them. I think that they can take this and just double check all their stuff.
And to be honest with you, I think a lot of the movies that were able to go back and do some editing and change some things, like the breaks, benefited from them too, right? Because you're not in this rush to get it out at a certain date now. So now you can go back and say, you know what, I thought about changing this, or I thought about doing this, and because it's been delayed, you can actually go back and make changes. Now, someone said they're planning on adding Jason Lee Tucker said they're planning on adding Andrew Garfield into it. I doubt it. But if they were going to do it, they could do it now. Maybe an end credit scene with him or something. I'd prefer Toby, but
I was on a stream, I think last week, whatever, and they were talking about doing possibly, well, there was a talk and interest in doing Amazing Spider-Man 3 and also Spider-Man 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wouldn't mind seeing that, but it's gonna be good. And if
I've heard.
I think that the Venom should be in the Andrew Garfield, or either the not Tobey Maguire, but I cannot think of this Spider-Man, the young boy, whatever his name.
Tom.
Him or Andrew.
I wonder why you can't remember his name.
Just think, he's young and Holland. So flip it around. Dutch boy. Tom Holland.
He's actually British, so
his name.
Whatever. I don't care. I'm talking about his last name. His last name's Holland. That's Dutch. Okay, so just don't make me come over there.
We all know it's because Toby is the GOAT, man. Let's just say it.
That's right.
Thank you. I ain't gonna say all that, but I'm saying
the facts
based on what we saw in the movie. Out of the three, Andrew seemed to be the darkest part. So I want to see An aggressive, nasty Spider-Man fighting an aggressive, nasty Venom.
I'll tell you what, that did seem like that.
And I would be okay with that as well. But if they did it right, then wouldn't they have to actually make the movie before he gets? Well, I don't think they would have to. But it seems like he kind of calmed down during the No Way Home. So would he still be as When
you going back to his world without Gwen, I mean, I don't know what to say when MJ kind of healed him.
Right.
But they could make it anyway because if you remember, Doc Ock was about to get Toby's Spider-Man when he's with his son, but that was years ago because Toby matured. He matured, young boy. So somehow it was in a timeline. So they can happen any timeline in Andrew Garfield's life. It could be 10 years ago when Morbius happened. Then we see Morbius present day.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Tom Holland's Vulture's in this, is in that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they just need to stick with that. I'm not saying that they can't go back and use Andrew Garfield again or use if Toby wanted to come back. Okay, fine. I just think it's really difficult after the length of time to go back to something like that and try to pick up where it is. You could. I'm with Danny on this. I mean, I didn't hate Andrew Garfield. I'm never going to say I hated Andrew Garfield. I liked all these iterations. I think Spider-Man is one of them
for different reasons.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man is one of the best and most consistent superhero movies we've gotten. I mean, even Spider-Man 3 trumps over things like Superman 3 and 4. Trumps
Spider-Man 3
over.
isn't that bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It definitely has its lacking points, but it's not that bad. It's
People
not
don't
Supergirl.
like Superman 3, man,
it's
but
not.
I laughed my ass off at Richard Pryor, man.
I liked it. It just
that shit was funny.
Then again, I mean, I like a lot of things. People look at me like I need to be committed or something.
That sucker print that check and they had $1 million on it.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get
Epsilon Minus. I didn't know Cher was making a new movie.
They couldn't work the next day in a damn Ferrari. Boy, you knew that's a dumb ass.
I think Epsilon Minor meant Moon Knight, not Moonstruck, right?
That Moonstruck movie coming out in January.
I don't think Cher's acting again.
But Moonlight is not a movie though; it's a TV series, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a series.
Yeah. All right. So Flash said, "I fuck with Tom Holland more than Toby. Toby is second though, then Andrew. No, Toby's first, bro. Then Tom, then Andrew. Let's
y'all see old boy working out as Moon Knight, practicing karate and stuff?
No, I didn't.
No,
boy,
look good.
He nice.
All right.
Do what?
What up, Coach Gabe?
There's a clip of that guy that's gonna play Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
He's working out, doing the choreography for the fight scenes and stuff.
Oh,
and shit is nice.
Looks good. Oh, and an update on karate, by the way. I am currently working on episode 4, season 1 of Cobra Kai. Every day I'm trying to get through them. I'm trying. Trying to catch up to you.
All right, good show. Good show.
Somebody I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Donnie. Go ahead. Somebody
today told me that the last 2 episodes saved Cobra Kai. I tried to reach you that phone.
No, man, Cobra Kai was wicked, bro. I loved it.
Other than they had a few little goofy moments, man, shit is consistent. It is the most consistent thing on streaming service now.
It is. Listen, there are corny parts to it, but it's corny. But when you watch it, is one of the most ingenious shows out there. Let's do a show, but let's give. Go ahead.
I wish that they would make the ultimatum to those actors like they did to old boy and I can't think his name.
Robert Pattinson.
No, like old boy in Twilight.
Oh,
that played the wolf guy.
Yeah.
They told him, they said, "Look,
Taylor Lautner. Don't ask me how I know that.
If you don't gain so much muscle, you're not gonna play it." So what that sucker did. So they just like, look, if you don't go somewhere and learn how to fight, because Daniel's daughter is trash. She is trash.
I agree. Some of the fighting did get a little bit better. Like I said, Robbie looked like he was practicing.
Robbie worked out.
Yeah, Robbie looked like he was practicing.
the thing about it is that it is absolutely one of the best things and most ingenious moves to do this show, because here's the thing. If you're an adult, you're following Daniel and Johnny and all of that because that's your movies. It's still playing out. Mm-hmm. If you're younger, you can get into it because there's this younger generation in it, and there's that.
And you go back and watch the old stuff so you can catch
exactly. Up. I mean, it's literally some of the best shit in the way they throw in the flashbacks and stuff. And I know Kreese is in it, and I know what's his name from the third one is in it. He just came back this season, right? Or at the end of last season.
Yeah, this season.
Terry Silver.
Yeah, he came back this season.
So it is really interesting. Basically, they're just, I don't want to use this word, it's a bad word. They're rehashing the movies, but in a different way. And I think it's ingenious. I mean, it works so well. And what I'm seeing right now, I'm like, wow, this is great. So
if they want to hates it. If they want to find a new Joker, Terry Silver is your man. That's I can see him with green hair and face paint and red lip. Man, he is crazy.
Might be too tall though, eh, Danny? Though he's kind of.
I don't care, man. I don't care. That's a Joker right there, buddy.
My son hates Cobra Kai. I was like, "Yeah, you watch Cobra Kai?" He was like, "Nah, man. I started watching that after season 2 when they had that fight in the school." He was like, "Nah, I was done." I was like, "Really?
Wait, fight in the school? I haven't seen past episode 1.
Oh, you have. You're crazy. All right, guys. Topic number 2 is crypto group planning to buy Blockbuster. So the internet has been buzzing again with news spreads of the mega giant possibly making a comeback in the form of a new streaming service. The group that calls itself Blockbuster DAO is trying to generate $5 million to acquire the intellectual property rights to the brand, which is currently being held by its owner, Dish Network. The plan is to rebrand and rebuild Blockbuster as a streaming service. DAO, or Decentralized Autonomous Organization, would run on the blockchain and automate most decisions. They would be putting more power into viewers' hands to determine the future of license and original programming on the streaming service in hopes of eliminating human error. Do you think this is a good idea, or do you think that we have too many streaming services already? Whoever wants to start can start it up.
Man. Go ahead. Go ahead, Danny.
I think if it's going to help the consumer and get it out there at an affordable cost, yes. But I think Chris said this earlier last year. By the time if you cut cable out, by the time you stream doggone Pluto and Paramount Plus and HBO and all that kind of stuff, it's going to add up to the same thing. They're going to get some kind of package where you can get all that, maybe a year at a time, to negotiate a year. Okay, 1 year, here's 25 streaming services. You pick 5, and you get those 5. Then if you want to pay something else, but right now, man, that $9 here for this, $2 here for this, $5 here for this, and then what tricks people now, because what really pissed me off, I was watching Star Trek, got into it good, man. And now that shit's on Paramount Plus, and I gotta pay $2.99 an episode. I'm in like fucking season 3 of the Enterprise. I was like, you motherfuckers. So I ain't gonna watch it because I'm not paying $2.99 an episode. So,
I feel you. Because when you want to watch, like, how many episodes in a season, even if it's 16, times out by $3,
that's a lot. You can go to fucking Walmart and just get the
DVD.
Yeah.
For real.
So they gotta do something that's gonna really appeal to the customer, because at this price, man, if you get cable and these different streaming services on top of it, man, you paying $200, $300 for damn TV. So
facts.
Right now I love Roku. As soon as I get in my contract with my current cable Spectrum, kiss my ass. I'm going straight Roku, bro.
Facts, 100%. And I'll hook it up with take sure you have to hook it up down there where you can get like live TV and all that shit. You don't even have to worry about it anymore, because I don't pay for cable anymore. Not at all. I don't miss nothing. Chris, you were gonna say something?
I mean, they've tried this. They tried the streaming thing and all of that, and I mean, okay. I mean, can you give it to Well, okay, I'm gonna put this to something that all of us have dealt with, and most of the people out there who might stream on YouTube have dealt with. The algorithm that YouTube runs on, and 90% of what YouTube does is without a human touch.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good? Does it do what it's supposed to do? Answer that question. My answer is probably not. Sometimes, but that's the thing. This will be a sometimes thing. So they're like, eliminate human error. No, that's never. Listen, if we ever get a computer that is able to run things without a human actually kind of watching over it, start to worry. You want people to watch over these computers. You want people to watch over these.
I had to.
Okay, so, but listen, there's one Blockbuster, at least in the United States, left. It's in Oregon.
Yeah.
I've actually been there. It's kind of funny. It's like, it's a trip. It's a real fucking trip. But I think they have one over in Australia too. I think there's like 2 or 3 left in the world, but they're individually owned, and they own the rights to the name. There's a lot of things that this blockchain, this crypto company would have to come up with. And trust me, this guy up in Oregon, I seriously doubt he's the type of guy that's going to take crypto for it. And these crypto companies typically want to pay crypto for it. Crypto is still not traceable. It's not regulated completely. There's a lot of problems with it when it comes to trying to buy businesses with it.
A friend of mine that is into stocks really big. I don't know why he's even working in law enforcement, but he was saying that now the government, whenever you do your taxes, if you're doing especially electronic, there's a screen where it clicks like crypto, and then if you have crypto, he said this thing drops down, man. You got to go through this very extensive, very detailed. So the government is trying to get their hooks in it, because right now they don't have a grasp on it.
As soon as they do, it's going to drop in value. I mean, and that's just how it works. I mean, as soon as government gets their hands in it, they're going to figure out how to pilfer it and use it their way.
Yeah, look at the tulip wars in Holland.
I would totally think that this is just nostalgia talking. It's some guy with a lot of crypto, and he was around when probably the heyday. One of these guys was around in the heyday of Blockbuster and just kind of has this idea of, I'm going to bring it back.
I can tell you one thing. I don't know about Blockbuster, but there's an ass of red boxes where I live at.
Yeah, you see, Redbox has found that niche, though. They cater to those people, and I know it's hard to hear this or hard to believe it, but a lot of us have pretty decent internet, decent, speeds and stuff like that. There are a lot of people who don't, and that still caters to that, and it has its little niche. And another thing is those are individually owned. So while Redbox stocks it, somebody has to maintain it, and they put it there. It's like the I don't know, all the little things that they put in strip malls. Like they
go hand in hand with Walmart, and every Walmart there's a red box.
Well, there's Walmarts. We have Hy-Vees around here. I doubt you guys have Hy-Vees, but Hy-Vees, Walmarts, which is Hy-Vees a grocery store. So like Schnucks, Vons, whatever, whatever's in your area. Yeah, but they found their niche. Because here's the thing: if I go get something out of Redbox and I hold on to it, I think it's for 2 weeks, I keep it. I've paid for it. So if you want to buy it, then I guess you just do that. If you like it, you send it back. I'm just saying, there's those people. The problem is there's been hundreds of people who watched it. And
they bill your damn carrot card. No, I don't want that shit.
Yeah, what they do is they bill you.
For use,
you
right?
have it for like 2-3 days that you get it, and then after that, it bills you per day, but it has a cap. It's like, so while a DVD might cost $19.99, you might pay $25 to do it that way. Some people might just prefer. I don't know. I just when you got Netflix and you've got Amazon, you have a mountain to climb, and they don't have the money that Disney does, because Disney's like, this is our stuff. We're just going to throw it over here, and we know people are going to come, and we don't care, because even if we're losing money, we're still not hurting. So that's what you got to think about when you start a business, or when you try to bring back this business.
The only thing that's saving Disney is the new material that's coming out.
Yeah, but
nobody goes back. I can't tell you last time. When I first purchased Disney Plus, I went back and saw Spider-Man, some of the X-Men. But
recently,
now I don't watch it unless something new coming on.
Mm-hmm.
So
but here's the thing:
Netflix, you always on that because shit, they got so much fucking material to look at. You can't look at it all.
But the next time these contracts come up for a lot of these shows, all these Fox shows that are on other streaming services, I almost guarantee you Disney's going to pull them back. And I still think Disney's going to launch a Fox streaming service. And they're going to separate things out. So like Blade, even though it be Marvel, they might throw it out as a Fox. The 21st Century Studios, or whatever the hell they're calling it now. And truthfully, I think they should probably do that with most Marvel stuff, is separate that Disney name out of it so they can start going into the rated R stuff more.
Eli, what do you think?
Well, if you guys actually remember that Blockbuster usually charged about $5 for a brand new release, and that lasted 3 days, and the old movies are $3 for a week. Nowadays, like YouTube, you can spend $3 for a movie, but you got 30 days to watch it, and as soon as you click play, you get 24 to 48 hours to finish watching it. What if you started, you have some kind of family emergency, and you can't get back for a couple hours or a couple days? Well, you got to pay another $3, and you can't get reimbursed. I mean, Blockbuster, if all you got to do is recheck it out, or hang on to pay the $57 late fee. Hello, you don't have to re-rent the thing. If Blockbuster actually wants to have a streaming service, then they should actually do something like they used to. When you click it, you have 30 days, no matter how many times you watch it or when you start watching it. As long as you have to watch it within that 30-day window. You want to re-up it again? Pay the extra $3 to $4. But you have a certain amount of time to watch it. You can watch it 30 days is too long.
I think 30 days is too long. Maybe 15 days.
Well, okay, a week or 2 weeks. A week or 2 weeks to watch as many times as you want, and you don't have to play it right as soon away. Yeah. If Blockbuster wants to do that streaming service, go back to the original one, because otherwise, like you said, we're just going to go down to Mevo or Tower or Walmart and buy the pack for $15 for season 3 of an Enterprise, okay? Or $12 Enterprise. Come on.
If I was Blockbuster, I would have it so you could not share your password or share your access. You could be a whole entire different email or whatever, because you lose the money that way. Because you can have up to 3 users or whatever number you can have up. Okay, I buy it. And let's say it's $25 for a year or whatever number you want to put. The 4 of us split it. But then if I can get 4 users, I also get 4 users, Chris get 4 users, Elihu-Who gets 4 users, then they lose the money.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I would make it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would just make it so, hey, you gotta have a different email and can't use it. Maybe one per one or none.
Mm-hmm. One extra person or none. I agree. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. One thing I will say,
you guys know that Netflix is making a show about the last Blockbuster, right? They
already did. They have a documentary about it. No,
it's a comedy series. Yeah, it's a comedy series.
Damn.
Yeah, Disney does own Hulu. Yeah.
Disney own everything. Damn.
Yeah, Disney's gonna basically, when they start going into Fox streaming, they're gonna put Simpsons on Fox instead of Disney.
Bob Iger be in his office like.
See, here's one thing that Jason Lee said. It would be hard to get content. All studios putting their contents on their platform, which is correct too. Like if they were to do it, Blockbuster would have to do something different, because the go-tos right now will always be Netflix, unless something comes out where it just blows Netflix out the water, and I just don't see that happening.
Like I said, Disney's just.
Unless Blockbuster wants to go exclusively just movies, no TV shows, just movies.
Problem
Blockbuster
is,
would have to go to the same people that Netflix and undercut them. I don't know if they can do that.
Well, here's the problem.
Dish Network owns Blockbuster, so
yeah, but they're not. We're talking about a company wants to buy it from Dish Network,
right?
So here's the thing:
$20 million for it.
Yeah, but listen. If Dish Network wanted to do this, if Dish Network really wanted to get this going, they're going to have to do what Netflix, Amazon, and Disney have done, which is, and even Paramount Plus, CBS, all of these different streaming services, the one thing they're doing is they're putting money into their own movies. And some of those movies are direct to their streaming service. The Tomorrow War, all the crappy, the new Home Alone and shit for Disney Plus. Netflix has tons of movies. They partner with Adam Sandler, Eddie Murphy. These people aren't just doing, hey, look, Warner Brothers came out with a new movie. Let's bid on it and let's see who gets it first. No, now they're saying to get content on, we have our own studio now. We're going to make our own films. That's what Blockbuster's fighting against. Blockbuster has to come up, if they do this, and I don't know if they're going to buy in, get part of it, and then convince Dish Network to put money towards it. They're going to have to literally look at doing a studio to start making their own product, because these other companies have learned that, okay, Disney owns the rights to this. As soon as this contract's up, I guarantee you, Netflix and Amazon, if they have the rights to any movies that Disney owns outright, that contract comes up. They know Disney has their own streaming service now. Well, they're not worried because they know they have enough of their own content now that they've made themselves, that they're like, okay, fine, we lose that, but we're going to still have people coming because we do these movies, or we have our own shows, or we have this or that, or we put Lucifer back up, or we have Cobra Kai, or whatever you want to say. That's what ultimately Blockbuster is fighting, is that they can't just come into this game and say, look, we got movies and we got TV shows that we were paying way too much money for so we can just have product. They have to come up with something that they can make their own product.
I agree. Tim said Netflix needs to start dropping one episode a week for their shows. Nah, I mean, I know Mandalorian and Disney and all that, but I enjoyed binge watching Cobra Kai. I enjoyed.
That's what Netflix is for binge watching.
I don't want them to go back.
No.
I prefer not having, like, if I were to catch up, which I'm not, but if I just started watching Cobra Kai, if I were to catch up, I don't want to wait. I want to just be able to run right through it.
Right.
Yeah, right. Lost in space. Hello.
Yeah, I agree. Like, hey, man, I don't mind. Like, it's a catch-22 for me, because at one point, we're doing the content, so we have something to talk about every week with the stuff on Disney that they're doing. But at the same time, like, when an episode of Cobra Kai ended, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for the next one. You know what I mean? And I couldn't stop. Like, I binge watched them all as soon as they dropped. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely an interesting take. And now we will get into the final topic, which will be topic number 3. And topic number 3 is The Flash will erase the Snyderverse. Now, Flash star Ezra Miller has raced into the spotlight in an attempt to assure Zack Snyder fans that the movie will not erase the so-called Snyderverse from canon, debunking several recent rumors, while some supposed leaks have claimed that The Flash will use its multiverse-centered plot to erase the likes of Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and the Justice League from existence. Miller has taken to Instagram to state that this is not the case, and that no power or force in any megaverse could ever erase Zack Snyder's mighty works. Do you think he's lying? And do you think Warner Brothers should move on from the Snyderverse? Whoever wants to go can go ahead.
Ezra is not lying, because they are rebooting the Flash, the universe. It's basically what the inside spoilers says, that after all this is said and done, yes, Superman will exist, Batman will exist, but they will exist in separate worlds. The Flashpoint is supposed to be based on the comic, but not actually page for page. It's some aspects of the comic incorporated into the movie, which basically means after Flash restarts the Flashpoint universe, Supergirl's going to be part of Justice League, Batgirl's going to be part of Justice League, but there's going to be Superman in another universe, Batman in another universe. It's the parallel worlds. No. They're going to incorporate all multiverses like Marvel's doing. DC is actually finally incorporating it all. Stuff back from Cross and Infinite Earths. That is now canon. It's part of the multiverse. Like Charlie Cox. Daedalus, that's part of the multiverse now. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to do it. So yeah, they're not going to be erased. It's going to be another universe. They're still there, but they're not going to be the main Kryptonian or the main Batman.
What do you think, Chris? You gonna say something?
Yeah,
he's gonna counteract me. So I'll mute.
What? No. I'm not. I'm okay with like separate universes, but that typically it follows up with the fact that if you're going to separate the universes, that you have this universe going that way and this universe continues. Warner Brothers is not trying to continue anything that Snyder did. So again, I always want to have faith in DC, but they're always trumped by Warner Brothers. So no matter what they might try to do here, if they go to the plan we talked about earlier, which is Batgirl and Supergirl being their main people, then you have to literally tell Gal Gadot and tell Jason Momoa, hey, by the way, thank you, bye-bye. We're killing it all. That's the biggest problem. I don't care if they do it that way. I don't care. They kill the Snyderverse. They got to kill it completely. That includes Shazam. That includes Black Adam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, any of that stuff. Because it's all tied to that universe. I don't think they're going to do that. So they're going to have this muddled mess that they still have, where they have no clue what they're really doing. And every once in a while, we're going to get a really cool movie that we're like, wow, that's how it should have been done all along. And then the next movie is going to come out and it's going to be like, what the fuck are they thinking? It's almost like politics. The only answer in politics is anarchy right now. Anarchy is the only thing that's going to fix anything because it's so screwed up. 42. The only thing Warner Brothers could do is blow up the whole thing and start from scratch with Batman and Superman.
Do you think they're going to restart the DC universe with Flashpoint?
I don't disagree. I disagree with that.
So do I.
They're not going to do Flash. If they do Flashpoint with this movie, they've rushed it again.
No, it is going to be Flashpoint, but not going to be per the comments. It's going to take aspects from the storyline into the movie.
Then it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow.
What were you gonna say, Danny?
If it were me, I would take the best parts of what I already got now. I wouldn't get rid of Aquaman. I wouldn't get rid of Gal Gadot. Ben Affleck.
I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying if you're getting rid of the Snyderverse, you got to kill all of them.
You just said if you get rid of it, you got to blow up everything. I'm saying I don't agree with that. Flashpoint. If you watch Flash in the actual Flashpoint on CW, there were certain things that changed. All things didn't change.
Yes,
so I would change if Robert Pattinson is successful and people like it. Maybe he'd come in there, but age him. Whatever Superman you're gonna get, I don't know who would be the next Superman. If you're not gonna get
Henry
Cavill, whoever his replacement is gonna be. Everybody's seen to be all on the Kingdom Come Superman, Brandon Ruth Superman in the crossover. So maybe you could get him to play the Kingdom Come Superman, or maybe you could get the guy on Lois and Clark now. You can put all that into this. You put all that into this the new Flashpoint universe, whoever it's going to be. Then you could get Black Adam come right in. Old boy that Levi, whatever's in that place Shazam. They can put all that into here and make it make sense now. This is the time that they can kind of get out of their way if they will do it. And then, okay, we're not going to get Henry Cavill. We're not going to get Ben Affleck. So let's blow them up. We're going to bring in Robert Pattinson. We're going to bring in Brandon Ruth. We're going to bring in Black Adam to bring some new energy and new blood into the system. And they can start over with that. I think fans are buying that. But if you get rid of Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, and all the established characters now, I don't think that would work.
And
in my opinion.
And I kind of second what you're saying, Danny, right? Because when you have this Flashpoint, if they're doing any variation of Flashpoint, he can change things, right? And you could still have Gal Gadot, you could still have Aquaman, but then you can add a new Batman to that. You can add a new Superman to that. So you can do those type of things and still keep it kind of Snyder-Verse-y, starting over type of thing. Like I don't think you want to do a full out reboot, because now you're putting yourself back like 10 years and you're starting all over again with new origin stories, new characters, new this and new that. So I think you take what you have, you use the Flashpoint movie, the Flash movie, to change it to your liking, and then you move forward from there. That's what I think you do. Everything that happened could still exist. You know what I mean? It's just now Flash went and changed a whole bunch of things. Look, Flash went back in the CW series. Before he did, Deagle had a son. And then after, he had a girl.
Yep. Deagle. Yep.
Deagle. You know what I mean? So you can do things like that. And I still think it would work, you know? And then you could change the tone of the movies to the way you want them. If you want them more MUC type of movie, you could still change the tone. And I think it would work with the characters that you have.
Yeah, Cisco brother was killed in the Flashpoint.
Yes.
It was several different things that changed almost each one of the characters. So they can make subtle changes and still have the baseline story. So
you know what? You guys are absolutely right. And make sure you check your bank tomorrow. I'm sure we'll all have $1 million. You're talking about Warner Brothers here. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're not going to do anything that's going to help this thing out. They literally are their own worst fucking enemy. And to prove the point is look at the HBO Max and look at the Snyder Cut. Now, I'm not saying it needed to be 4 hours. I'm just saying that if they had let him continue to do what they did, they would have had money in their pockets. They literally said, piss on you. We don't care about money, but we care about money.
No, we don't care about your kid. What happened to your kid? We want somebody else.
Hey, well, let me play devil's advocate. There's some people that no matter what if they did something to you, and no matter what they say, no matter how many times they apologize or whatever, you ain't gonna stream with that individual. You just ain't gonna do it, because every time you see that sucker, whoever he or she may be, they piss you off. There are people. Each one of us got somebody that exists like that. Maybe Zack Snyder was that for Warner Brothers. I don't give a fuck if you gonna make me $10 billion. Your monkey ass got me fucking pissed off. Kiss my ass. I don't give a shit. If you say blue, I'm gonna say red. If you say white, I'm gonna say black. If you say wrong, I'm gonna say white. There's some situations like that. So maybe that's what it is. Because nobody, there is no rational, reasonable explanation why they're not going with Zack Snyder.
Well, no, it is simply they are their own worst enemy. They have shown it time and time again. Listen, Tim Burton and them got in a clash. I know we're going way back. Tim Burton wanted to do things a certain way. They said, no, we think it's too dark. And maybe it was, because I'll admit that Batman was going dark, but it had enough elements, I think, working for it. So they said, give it to Joel Schumacher. So Joel Schumacher does it, and you get Batman Forever. Then they double down and say, let him keep going. And then you got Batman and Robin. I'm telling you, Warner Brothers never knows what they're doing with their product. Look at what they tried to do with Superman. Superman was pretty much Christopher Reeve's baby, and then they fucked it up with the whole, whoever was in charge of fucking Masters of the Universe and all that. And Warner Brothers didn't even pay attention to that, and they got crap product for that. Then they try to come back, and again, I don't hate Superman Returns. It's just not that great compared to like the original stuff that Reeves did with 1 and 2. They think they know what they're doing, and they get their hands on it, and then they're like, wait, we need full control of this. And they don't give the people who know how to make these movies control of this. If the Batman does not Batnips, yes, yeah, you know. No, you should watch Tim Possible. Tim, do me a favor. Go watch my original channel intro on my channel, and you will laugh your ass off, because that does come up. The bat nipples do. But I'm just saying, Warner Brothers doesn't understand this fucking product, and they refuse to give it to anybody who does. Until I see, and again, they don't have to compete with Marvel, but until I see a product that comes out like Marvel, where you're like, it was all right. No, but more often than not, that was pretty good. Until I see that,
like that, Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's so sporadic. Okay, yeah, Wonder Woman. How long ago was Wonder Woman? Because you guys didn't like 1984.
No,
that was the second product they got.
No, I'm going by what you said. Until you see them make a successful product, I just gave you two. Aquaman was successful, $1 billion.
How long ago was that? I'm saying what I'm saying is wait. What I said was
okay, go ahead.
What I said was even the mediocre stuff is all right. And you guys trashed 1984.
When I say Wonder Woman, I'm referring to the first one.
That's what I'm saying. Until I see a consistent thing where you say, okay, here's normal. Every once in a while we go up here, but we don't go down here. That's what they're like. They're like they do one or two up here, and then it's like boom, 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 boom. Oh, we might be okay. And then it looks like the Rocky Mountains. Marvel is pretty much a nice calm slope most of the time. There's no real boom.
Well, they need to. They have what? The Batman. They have Aquaman 2. They have Shazam 2 coming out. Gods. So they have 3 movies right there that if they knock it out the park, they'll still be in good shape. Black Adam as well. So 4 movies there. If they knock it out the park, they will be.
What if only one of those movies? What if only one of those movies knocks it out of the park?
Then that's an issue.
Well, if Shazam
right now,
out of the park, or Black Adam, they're going to compare. They're going to put Shazam and Black Adam in the movie. If Black Adam's successful, or Shazam's successful, they're going to have Black Adam in the movie, or continue.
Shazam has a lot to live up to if it's going to be a good movie. I like the first one, but making that second one is always a hard thing to do.
Well, they got two good actresses. Lucy Liu is good in what she does, and the other lady, Mira, whatever her name, she's a very good actor. I think she's like Oscar nominated a couple times. She may have even won an Oscar. So they got the villains under. I think they got the villains going to be good. How well the story is going to be, I don't know.
I got 2 words for you.
All right.
Heaven's Gate. Do you know that movie?
Hail Bob.
I believe so.
Okay. Hail Bob.
Let me find out who is in it. Hold on.
And don't forget, Sinbad is making a return in Shazam as well. So
what? Sinbad was never in Shazam.
No, Sinbad is going to be in Shazam. I meant his movie return. Yeah.
All right.
Never in Shazam.
Chris Christopherson, Christopher Walken, John Hurt, Sam Waterston. Let's see here. Jeff Bridges. There were tons of people in this movie, and there were tons of people that left the movie. This movie was supposed to be the be-all, end-all movie of Westerns in 1980, and they put so much money behind it, and it flopped. I don't care who's in a movie. If it's not handled properly by your studio, and the studio doesn't know when to say, this is your job, director, this is your job, producer, Warner Brothers doesn't know that. Again, Warner Brothers has 4 movies that aren't even out yet, and I guarantee you they have numbers for each one of those movies that they think it should make. And no studio should ever do that up front.
I agree with you 100%, but Heaven's Gate, bro, that's a Western movie. You can't compare that to the superhero movie.
No, this thing was supposed to be the be-all, end-all movie.
I get it.
I hear Heaven's Gate. I think,
but I can get another movie that was got the same number of actors, and it was fantastic. Magnificent Seven. Yeah, Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Ethan Hawke, Vincent D'Onofrio.
What I'm trying to say is that it doesn't necessarily mean anything. I just don't think Warner Brothers has it in them
but Chris,
to give me a consistent product all the time.
Chris, what about the Expendables? Instead of every action movie has an action hero, you should have them all. What about the Expendables? I mean, you had long term, you had Stallone.
But that's kind of satirizing it.
Those movies were fun. All
exactly. Yeah. Sometimes, and
I think
sometimes a movie like The Expendables. Go ahead.
I think out of 4 movies, 2 of them are going. I think Black Adam is going to be a definite hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm feeling pretty good about Flashpoint. And if
I forgot Flashpoint too, right?
And if I'm being honest, that Batman looking all right to me now. At first, I had my reservations about it. I don't know if I'm going to like the emo looking Bruce Wayne. I got to wait to see that. So I'm going to hold my judgment on that. But when he in that suit, man, he kicking some ass. He looking all right.
Right, exactly.
So I think them 3.
Listen,
I think them 3 movies going to be all right. And last point I want to make on this. I think where DC and Warner Bros. Is making a mistake, they're trying to have this stuff that connects like Marvel. Movies don't have to connect. You can have one kick-ass movie. Aquaman ain't gonna have shit to do with Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman ain't gonna have shit to do with Superman.
I said this.
Make badass movies.
Yeah,
I said this last night.
Better characters.
I said this last night on your show, Danny. Is that I'm okay if they want to give Aquaman his own universe that follows its own timeline, its own storyline. That's great. Do the same thing with Wonder Woman. That's fine, but that's not what they've created.
But see, that's where fans get hung up at, Chris. Because we think because MCU done it so good that you got to do the same thing.
No, I don't think they have to.
But a lot of fans do, though. I understand.
That's
the comparison. That's the comparison.
But you have to come out and absolutely, without a doubt, say that the DCEU is no longer around then. That is Warner Brothers' problem, is that what they're trying to sell you is still considered the DCEU. Look up Black Adam. It is the the movie in the DCEU. It says it. Shazam 2 is listed as a DCEU movie. The Batman is not. The Flash movie is DCEU. As long as you keep using, because remember, 2 years ago, Warner Brothers made an announcement that the DCEU no longer existed. They start putting out new movies and put it right back in. You have to make up your mind.
I agree with that statement.
And I do too. But I think it's okay if they want to do the one-offs too. And I think it's okay if they want to. Listen, man, we all sitting here and we're saying Warner Brothers has no idea what they're doing. But we're not in those board meetings. Maybe there is an end game to what they are doing. Just remember, they could be trying to work to a Crisis on Infinite Earth movie, which would make a lot of sense with all the things that they're doing right now.
Anzo, the director
Hope
of
springs
the Batman,
eternal on that.
What?
The director of the Batman, when he heard about all this controversy, he said he just wants to tell a story. He doesn't care if it's in the universe or not. He just wants to tell a story. And the director doesn't even care.
See, it hurts. That's the wrong word. It's very hard to convince somebody that's super salty on something. And you salty on one of us. So I'm not saying that be smart. I'm just saying, me and I can give you. Okay, Warner Brothers is your Tom Brady. We can give you example after example after example after example after example after example, but you ain't gonna buy it until you're ready to buy it.
No, see, here's the thing. I know that when people like Christopher Nolan get the product, and I know, Anza, you hate that Batman, but when he was given, and literally, this is how Christopher Nolan runs his ship. I'm in charge. Screw you. I'm doing my movie. And he did it, and we got a good product. I think, Danny thinks, you don't. I understand. It's not for everyone. Tim Burton.
Danny thinks what? Say it again?
You like
Batman?
You like the
Christopher Nolan one.
Trash.
The trilogy. Okay. When Warner Brothers is pushed out and told you're the studio, you provide the money, we've got everything else. Just leave us alone. You get a consistent product that works within itself. And it comes off really well. When they get their hands into it, you get the theatrical cut of Batman versus Superman. You get the Snyder, not the Snyder cut, but you get Justice League. You get Wonder Woman 84, I guess. I mean, because even though I didn't hate Wonder Woman 84, it's kind of a muddled mess. When you watch it, it's like, This is because Warner Brothers has literally said, no, our hands are in this. We're holding on, and they need to be a studio. Stay back. And I almost guarantee you that the reason why Matrix is a muddled mess for most people is because Warner Brothers got their fucking hands in on it. I love Warner Brothers. I love Looney Tunes. I love Batman. I love DC. I love all this stuff. I got HBO Max. I don't hate Warner Brothers. I just think that Warner Brothers needs to really put the time in thinking, what are we doing here? I don't care if they go Marvel's route. That is not what I want. I want Warner Brothers to use DC in a way that I see stuff consistently turned out that is at least okay, instead of this is trash. What do we do here? And then after the fact, release the director's cut and go like, why didn't we get this? What did everybody think of Batman versus Superman when the director's cut came out?
Oh, a hell of a lot better.
It was better.
What did you think of Snyderverse? The Snyder cut of Justice League.
Minus it was better. Hell of a lot better. You had better character development there.
There's only one person to blame for those things, and that is the studio.
I think it's like Captain Kennedy.
A lot of it too is that, for a while it seemed to be breaking these restrictions, but for whatever reason, studios had in mind the movie got to be X amount of minutes long. Long. If it was longer, then it was a taboo. So sometimes most of the director's cut exceeded the time limit that they put in place. So that's why the theatrical cut, they shave it down a little bit more. So you can't necessarily blame that on, well, I guess you could, but they were trying to see, they were counting the dollars. If I cut it down 2 hours, maybe I can watch it 5 times or show it 5 times, versus if it's 2.5 hours, I can only watch it 4. So they count the dollars, so you can't really blame them on that.
So Basco, let's go. Yeah, I feel you, Danny. I agree with you 100%, man. At the end of the day, it is about the money, and I honestly believe that if they do it right, we can have good movies, and they don't have to actually erase everything.
Then why was Batman versus Superman considered a failure on their part? It made near $1 billion.
Because they had expectations that it was going to do something that it didn't do.
Right? No, people were saying if you got the Holy Trinity, you should be up there in the conversation with Endgame, but it wasn't, and that's why they were saying it was a failure, not because it didn't make money, but because it didn't make the money that they wanted to.
Wanted it to make.
That's the problem, though. You got listen, when you're starting from scratch, you can't expect. Listen, what did Iron Man make?
I want to think 300 million. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that.
You didn't hear Marvel complain about that. You didn't hear
a plan.
But that's what I'm saying. Right there. Warner Brothers has no plan. They are just throwing shit up at the wall and saying, look, with this sticks, let's go that direction. Wait, that failed. Let's go back to what we did before. Let's do this. Let's do that. They need to stop and just decide what they're doing.
Warner Brothers, what they're doing is human interest, Chris, because let's say, for instance, you athlete, you Barry Bonds Sr., or because the son was better. But a lot of times when a dad does something, the son think they can be just as good as the dad. They don't see the work that the dad does. They just see that dad goes to the park, he's hitting home runs. They don't see dad at the park hitting fucking golf balls and doing all the kind of crazy shit that they do. And a lot of people that Warner Brothers, they just saw MCU do this. Hey, we got Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. We gonna do this. But they ain't had nobody like Fivey who had a vision, a plan. Like I said, Nzo, I would love to sit 10 minutes in their damn meetings. I bet they got shit planned out the fucking 15, 20 years from now.
Mm-hmm. Marvel, yeah.
Warner Brothers don't have that shit. But they think they can do it just because they see somebody else do it. A lot of times people think, oh shit, we did it. Everybody on YouTube right here now did it. You saw somebody on YouTube and say, hey, I can do that shit. Mm-hmm. I saw Robert Storm and say, damn, I can do that shit. But when I actually got into shit, I was like,
I released a better cut of
harder than what I thought.
I released a better cut of Even the Daleks on my YouTube channel. A way better cut. Come on. It's 30 seconds long. It's a way better cut.
Yeah.
So that's human nature. It is gonna learn.
I want Warner Brothers to succeed with DC. I
Doesn't
think
sound
they
like
have
it.
No, I do. I'm just
soldier train,
critical
bro.
of it because they have yet to show me a consistent path, and all I see is like they're just throwing shit at the wall. That's all I see.
Plan to do
After these 4 movies, when we get our Shazam 2, our Black Adam, our Aquaman 2, and the Flash movie.
Let me ask you this.
We'll see.
Sometimes can somebody great lose their way and become sucky?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Can somebody that's sucky find their way in the dark and become great?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I think it's a little easier for somebody that had it at one time to get it back than it is for somebody who hasn't had it to get it.
Maybe they'll learn the thing. Okay, we did this, and this. It didn't work. So let's try this, and this. So maybe these next 5 movies we just discussed, if they are 5 successful movies right after the other, then they'll be like, damn, okay. We finally figured it out. It only took us 10 years, but we finally figured it out.
Danny,
if that happens, great.
The very first Marvel flop was Howard the Duck.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That
was George Lucas who ran that thing.
Exactly. Look
at our beloved Star Wars. The last 3 movies. Oh my God.
Yeah, but look who's in charge of that. Again, I blame that on Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh my God.
There's a place I'd blame it. But my biggest example of all this really quick is that with Aquaman, I wasn't a big fan of Aquaman. Then I saw the Snyder cut of Justice League, and it had all the stuff in there that helped explain a lot of the stuff that went on in that movie. And I'm like, okay, now this movie makes some sense.
That's how he got his armor. Okay.
I know you got a right to feel the way you feel, but Chris, I got to call you out on this. How in the hell could you not like Aquaman and love Wonder Woman 84? That don't make sense.
Because Wonder Woman 84 didn't rely on anything. There were a lot of things.
Yeah, even a good story.
I got a question.
Listen. Aquaman relied on some of the Snyder-Verse stuff, and they put it in that movie only to have the whole Justice League thing cut out.
Like, tell me what you're talking about. 'Cause I don't know what you're talking about now.
When he meets William Dafoe the first time, William Dafoe sits there. I'm sitting there trying to figure out what this guy's part is in this. When he's the whole Amber Heard thing, they talk about things in Aquaman that make no sense because it wasn't there in Justice League. There's introduction parts to Aquaman's character in Justice League.
But wasn't
when the Snyder cut came out and you saw it, you're like, okay, that's why this happened.
But wasn't the
that's
Aquaman?
Where it started.
But wasn't Aquaman the origin story?
Yeah, it was.
So in the origin story, only thing happened here, the origin story came after his appearance in Justice League. So I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, it should have. Everything that happened in Aquaman should have been before what happened in Justice League. That is correct.
No, because in Snyder's cut, there's things that lead to that. They talk about his brother off doing things, and he's like, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't care about that. And all of that. So when it happens in Aquaman, you now see why. He's like, I didn't want anything to do with it. But when they talk about like, your brother's off doing this, your brother's off doing that, we need you back. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. There's a lot of that stuff that they could have, that helps build into that movie. And if I remember right, I'm trying to, it takes place after. So Aquaman absolutely takes place after in chronological order.
Because at the end of the movie, he said, I should go talk to my dad or visit my dad. And that's why he visited his dad in the first place, why he was there.
And Whedon just dumped all of that.
So Aquaman, so you said Aquaman In Aquaman,
it makes more sense now.
No, I'm saying in Aquaman, as we know it now, he already knew the Justice League.
Yeah. The Justice League starts first. And that's why the metahumans, they talk about it in Batman versus Superman.
I'd have to go back and check that. Though.
Yeah. And the things we got in the Snyder cut, that he claims that he had already shot most of that. It has that origin story that leads into the rest of the origin story. And when I saw the Snyder cut, I'm starting to go like, okay, there's the answer from something that I had no answer for before, because we got Aquaman in the original Justice League, and basically what we got was Aquaman.
Well, that sounds like shades of Kevin Feige, because he's the master of.
But that's what I'm saying. They had a guy who had a plan, and they got in the way of that plan, and they didn't even understand what they were doing. So when Aquaman came out, they didn't realize that the director of Aquaman was looking at what Snyder was probably doing. Because remember, these directors can get these dailies. And so when they went and scrapped all of the Justice League, they were writing stuff from Justice League that Snyder was doing and putting stuff in their movie that would work with that movie. And that's what you have a problem with Warner Brothers. They don't understand how this works. And again, if they want to go to single universes, Wonder Woman by herself, Aquaman by himself, Shazam and Black Adam together, if they want to do that, whatever they want to go to that, that's fine. But they need to make that choice. It can't keep limping along with this. We're doing a little bit of both.
I feel you.
My brother called
me
today, and he said this idea, and I told him I was going to bring it up on the show and see what y'all think about it. Mm-hmm. He said now all the directors in the MCU should be assigned one universe. Jon Favreau handles the 616. Whoever Russo brothers, they handle the 527, whatever universe that's prominent. And then they worry about just the stuff in that universe. Then when they want to do a crossover, then they collaborate and do a crossover. I never really thought about it. Does that make sense to you? It sound like a good idea? Or?
Too many cooks in the kitchen, though. You know what I mean, Danny? All right. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's kind of on what they're doing now, right? Because they have a new director for each movie and whatever, it's still part of the universe, right? But if they wanted to branch it out, and especially if they're going to explore the multiverse, then yeah, maybe we could get a Miles Morales universe, right? With his own superheroes there or something like that. It could be possible. I think it could be done. Could be well done.
You want to make one more comment?
Also, if you remember the deleted scene from Spider-Man Far From Home, or for Spider-Man, you see the uncle, the deleted scene sitting in the car is like, yeah, Miles, I can't come home right now. I'm too late. Miles Morales exists in the in the Tom Holland Spider-Man universe.
Yeah. I know. In the Andrew Garfield universe, right?
Yeah, sorry, Andrew Garfield. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That's why Electro made that comment about you're from Queens, I thought you'd be black, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say, Danny?
I see. I lost the person in the chat, but they said they only cared about the Black Manta scene. I don't see why people are so crazy over Black Manta. And I can remember in the cartoons, man, he was like a D character. He wasn't even a A or B villain. I remember on Super Friends, he was so fucking sorry in the Hall of Injustice, whatever. So I mean, I'm glad y'all like him.
The Hall of Doom.
Yeah, the Hall of Doom. I'm glad y'all like him, but
meanwhile, the Hall of Doom,
he ain't doing it for me.
I know there's a few people that like him for some reason and want to see Black Manta and all that stuff. I'm just like, man, he was all right in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, he's all right. So if you want a good villain, you need to check out Tobias Whale on Black Lightning, buddy.
Facts.
Most underrated villain in the DC universe.
I agree with you 100%. With that being said, guys, we're going to close it up. It was a great show. Thank you for everybody that came in. Going to go around the panel one last time so they could talk about their channels. I'm going to start off with Elihu. Elihu, tell the people about your channel, sir.
Oh, me? Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, you.
I am not a sheep.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, I'm Elihu-Who. I am starting a YouTuber because sometimes I'm the point to stream, sometimes I'm not. You don't know if I'm there unless I hit the chat button, interact with it or not. So, hey, I could be in the chat for an hour and you don't know I'm there. Hey, but you can also find me on my show Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with my show What's Up with the Universe, where I talk astronomy, astrophysics, all that sciencey good stuff. If you ever look up into the sky and go, what the hell is that? Well, tomorrow night, about 40 minutes after the sunset, look southwest, you see the moon. To the top right of that, Jupiter. That's what the hell's up with that. So,
all
right. Clear skies tomorrow night.
Cool. Next up, Mr. Chris Knight. Talk to the people, sir.
What's going on? Thank you for having me on as usual.
Appreciate it. You coming on.
Just trying to get back to the schedule on my channel. Be back tomorrow night, of course, with the Rule of 3. Check that out. The Final 5. Make sure you always stay till the end.
Yeah, are they in the Final 5 thing?
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3, I think. I'll have to go back through it tonight. I
feel my lead growing.
Probably not, but we'll see.
You know what's bad, Nzo, is that he has to fall back on that because his
football
league,
stuff ain't doing so good. I know.
I win at everything else. I had to let y'all win one thing. I done beat Nzo I don't know how many times in verses. So,
just once.
Dude, why don't you go for the big?
Hey,
come on, Vegas.
The last time you did your verses, I didn't see who won that one.
Oh boy, I won it.
Danny, yeah. What? Oh, really? You lost?
That was that was some trickery on that. But
it's now you're calling trickery, huh?
I won't call trickery when only like 10 people was watching and got 25 votes. What the fuck you call that? Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm trying to get back to the Gospel According to Chris, the Rant, Night Rider. I got a bunch of different stuff. Of course, working on the Rumble. Hope to have the Rumble back by March. We'll see. It'll be sometime around then. But yeah, and then of course the Chaos Central stuff. So check it out. Also, the Book of Boba Fett roundtable on Sundays. 2 different groups. One at 7:30 Eastern and one at 9 p.m. Eastern. So check that out. You can watch both because different views on all the way around on both. So
absolutely.
And the 6 p.m. show is the best one, by the way, because we sum up everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Danny, talk to the people, sir.
I had an honorable mention now that was for JJ. Do you think JJ would have liked the first episode of Boba Fett?
Oh, fuck yeah. He would have been crying. He would have crying. She was came. I was like, finally, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am Comic Chat. 1/3 of the Chaos Central crew. Last night was my show. And of course, tonight you just witnessed this awesome show by Nzo. And tomorrow we see another awesome show starring Chris Knight, The Rule of 3. 3 questions, 3 minutes, 3 topics. So please stop by if you're not doing anything. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This Saturday, we haven't been on Square One in a while. So I'm looking forward to going on Square One. I don't know, because right now we have an actual Black Lives Matter situation going on in my area, my department. So I may have to be working that. Can't get into the details now, but I can tell y'all off camera what it is. But man, good show, man. I'm always happy to be a part of this, man. Good questions, man. Good topics. So
I appreciate it. And I actually seen a picture that I'm gonna send you, Danny. I forgot to send it to you. It was you're Mr. Badman in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? So hopefully we can get some. Hey, just to piss you off, that's what I want to see.
Please don't let him go to Pittsburgh.
Just to piss you off, I want to see that and see how quick Danny becomes a Pittsburgh fan. You got to cheer for the bad man.
I cheer for him. I won't cheer for the team.
So you'll cheer for him to win the Super Bowl with the Pittsburgh Steelers, right?
I cheer for him to win the MVP, go to the Super Bowl and lose. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll cheer for that.
All right, guys. Peace, love, and hair grease. See you on the next one. Peace.
I am inevitable.
Alright, the Chaos List. Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Alright, Nzo, here we go. Take N and Z, then throw in a O. Nzo's the name, and this is the show. It don't matter what the haters say, as everybody knows at the end of the day, the Chaos List comes on Tuesday nights, describe it in word, dynamite. He brings fire to all the masses. He rocks a hoodie, a snapback, and a pair of glasses. Chaos List, the second show of the week. Questions so fire that they make you speak about issues that are universal. We talk about shit that's controversial. Sit back, chill, enjoy the show. His crew is ready. And here's Nzo. Peace. Woo! Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Chaos List. Do not miss this.
I'll say that one more time.